Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AnythingOU Podcast. This is our Sooner Summary. As always, I am your host, Christian Williams. I've got my man, my co-host, Drew England. Drew, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. It's finally we got some beautiful weather here in Northwest Arkansas. Stopped raining, no flooding, stuff like that. And obviously, I'm a Sooner, so
yeah,
it's always a great day for that.
Hey, but real quick, Drew, if you want to show off your shirt real quick, we got to tell you guys about our sponsor, www.hornsdownshop.com. If you want to pick up all of your cool Burn Art Made You Puke shirts, or you want to pick up some cool Deshaun White gear, you can do so there. Links in the description as well. And you can even support us too. If you see all the pop-ups popping up, we've got our Lot 18 If Lost to Return to Tailgate t-shirt. You can wear it at your Lot 18 tailgates on game days for football. So,
and you Baker Mayfield fans, there may or may not be a shirt on the website too for you. It's a good one. Feeling dangerous
out there, feeling dangerous. So, and they've got some other ones come out as well that we love. So happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. We appreciate you guys. It is not an easy job to be a mother, and y'all hold this country and this world up like you don't even believe. So we appreciate you guys, and let's get into the video. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our wonderful Sooner Summary. We've got a couple of things that we want to touch on. Again, I know we're going to say it in the outro, but I want to start this video off right and say a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Y'all are amazing. We've got a lot of Sooner mamas that we've gotten to connect with over Spaces. A couple of them to name, Monica and Mama Riri. We appreciate you guys. We hope that y'all are doing okay and hopefully got to spend or get on a FaceTime call with your boys. And hey, let's get into this. We had this little thing, Drew, a sweep on the softball team. Do you remember that at all?
Was that against who was it? Oh, that was against Little Brother. That's right.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Or in this case, Little Sister, maybe. I don't know.
I guess.
But hey, we got the brooms out in Norman this weekend. And what here's the thing is this year especially, and I know last year too we won the national championship, but we are spoiled as softball fans. We want run rules every game, and even this weekend I think was probably our toughest opponent, to date. Yeah, we had a game against Kentucky in a midweek
Tennessee
back,
was
stuff like that.
one.
Tennessee, but UCLA I think early in the season. But these are the games that we need coming down the stretch, going into the postseason, stuff like that. OSU, and I hate to say it, I hate to even give them credit, but they're a tough team. They're always, the last couple of years, Kenny Gajewski and what he's done with that program. I mean, they put our backs against the walls, I think, a couple times in this series, and we responded, especially last night, Jossie's grand slam when we were down, 2-0, stuff like that. Pitching was great. Jordy Ball, holy cow. I can't believe she's a freshman. I don't even think we can call her that anymore because she's just Captain Clutch,
Call her the Superwoman senior at this point.
Yeah. She's playing like a senior.
I know.
And our girl, obviously, shout out to Hope Troutwine. We had her on the show a couple weeks ago. She did her thing, game 2. And, we're rolling right into the Big 12 tournament coming up. And here it is now. It's postseason time. We don't have to leave the state of Oklahoma. I know a lot of college fans and softball fans out there are like, man, you guys, it's unfair, whatever it is. Hey, that's the way they set it up. We can't change it. But I'm just excited to see this team this year kind of fulfill all the expectations and more. We have a great opportunity to repeat again. And I think a lot of people, you come off that national championship season and you're like, all right, can we be as good as we were last year? I mean, this team might arguably be better than the last year's team. That'll remain to be seen. But
this team could very well go down as one of the better teams in college softball history. And that's the crazy part. But hey, going back to the wonderful sweep that we had, kind of break it down for you, Student Nation. If you did not get to watch it, it was on ESPN2, I believe. So
yeah, it was on actually every channel on ESPN. It was
really
Thursday night was ESPN. I think the second night was like ESPN2, and then yesterday was ESPNU. So we got the whole family. And then our deal with ESPN Plus now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Bye Bally Sports. You know, thank goodness that pay-per-view game will be on the one and only pay-per-view game for football will be on that. So that was cool this weekend. All that combined, but yeah.
Well, and it's always been like, just to give some backtrack of like, it's always been so annoying of the first or second football game of the season not being televised. We have been top 10 in the nation for a while starting out in the season. And so we deserve, I don't care.
Well, if we're and my thing is like, well, you've got Alabama and all these other teams on ESPN playing, you know, Sisters of the Poor.
New Mexico
they're
State.
On, yeah. And they're on, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, we're Alabama by no means, but it's one of those things. If you're a top 5 team, why do you have
deserve to be televised?
Game, you know, exactly.
And I get it, like the money and everything, but damn, like you can't tell me you're not making enough money anyways. Like
I'm not paying. Of course, most of those are home games anyway for me, and
well, there's only
even if I was at home, I'm not paying $60 to watch a game.
No, like, and there's only one game. I paid the $60 last year. The second game of the season, the 2-0
Western Carolina. Yeah,
Western Carolina. That's the only game where I can see. Okay, like. Like, you know, like, well, this doesn't need to be on ESPN. Like, nobody knows where this school is. There's just they get to come to a great university. Unfortunately, they got destroyed. We dropped 70 on them. So
something like that. I don't know.
Whatever. But this softball team, you know, Jordy played pretty good the first game. Like Drew was saying, it is unbelievable that she is a freshman. And I know I've been saying it pretty recently lately, but she could very well go down as to be one of the best, if not one of the better college softball pitchers to ever live if she keeps going on the way that she's going. And which is nuts. You don't give that kind of stuff to a freshman. And like the way that she holds herself in the circle, the way that she carries herself, the straight up passion that she plays with.
Yeah, well, she has tremendous poise.
Yeah,
like, under pressure, like nothing seems to rattle her. Like she is a go-getter. Like and Patty Gasso is so good at not only identifying the talent, but I think internal you know, it factor that you have to be in those roles and to be a starting pitcher at a place like Oklahoma your freshman year, coming in and you know, already, like you said, there's been so many comparisons, stuff like that. If her career continues to be on the uptick, she could go down as one of the greatest pitchers of all time, a Cat Osterman type, Jenny Finch type of player. And I know for us already comparing her to that's high praise, but I mean, she's well on her way.
It's high praise, but it's well deserved. And that's the biggest thing is it deserved? And it is. And, you know, excuse me, second game, you had Hope come in. She struggled just a tad bit earlier on in the game. And as both teams did on both sides of the bat, but she got it going. And
that rise ball was working off.
That rise ball was dirty. And Jordy came in, closed out the game. We won. I do not quite remember the score on that one. Drew, do you?
I believe it was like 6-0, I think it was, and then yesterday was 5-3. Yeah,
5-3 yesterday.
And then the first game was 7-1. Yep.
Yeah, Patty got thrown some water on her at the end of the second game, I believe. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Kudos to those girls for doing that, because man, I wouldn't be throwing. There's 2 coaches in Oklahoma that I would not be throwing water, Gatorade, or anything on, and that's Coach Smitty and that's Patty Gasso. Would not do it. They seem scary. Yeah. That's just me. So
well, and to all that, to your point too, it was senior weekend. We had some seniors on the team. Lindsay Elam, you know, people like that. It was cool to see them. You know, obviously Jocelyn and all her family and stuff was there. Her grand slam last night was, I mean, she's probably goes down as one of the greatest hitters of all time in college softball.
Oh yeah.
Not only home run hitter, obviously but the way she's been game 2, she had an RBI double, you know, at a clutch time. So not only does she hit home runs, but she gets on base and she just, I mean, she's a great all around hitter. And I think people underrate that a little bit in her. They think that she can only hit the long ball, but I mean, look at her batting average. I have to go back and look, but
look at her.
You know, she gets on base, and she doesn't mind walking either.
No,
you know, she's got a great attitude. Yeah.
Look at this team as a whole, right? We've lost one game. And I mean, for any sport, right? Football, you want to throw in soccer, any sport. one team gets the best of you and you beat that team the day before. I mean, come on. Like, this team is ridiculous. And I know we mentioned it before. It was probably a month and a half ago, middle of the season, of we don't see anybody, or I said that I don't see anybody beating this team in a series to get to the natty. And my point couldn't be even more proven. I just don't see it.
I don't think a team in a 3-game series, especially like that championship series that you were talking about, I don't think they can beat us twice.
Well, and I mean, the good thing that we have going for us, and it is a topic across D1 college softball right now, to where it is not fair, but I will remind you guys that the national championship and where the stadium is, this was held before Oklahoma was good in college softball. I want to point that out. So please don't get it misconstrued of, oh, this isn't fair. It 100% is not fair. And I'll be the first person to tell you as a Sooner fan, it's not. But when we weren't good before Patty came, the championship was there. And so it's just, we have gotten good. We have won championships over the last, goblets of years. And since I've been alive, we've been winning championships. And as of recently, we've been incredibly dominant. We're either there or we win. And so please don't get that misconstrued, but we do have that home field advantage of people driving up from Norman and the gobloads of Oklahoma City fans that are OU fans. Yep. So we do have that home field advantage. And then you, on top of that, you add on, I'll just say it, the best team to ever play. It's going to be pretty tough to beat us in a 3-game.
Yeah, especially if we run the table the rest of the way and we still only have one loss.
Yeah. Well,
it's hard not to put us, and I'm not putting the cart before the horse or anything, but I mean, if we go down, it's hard not to put that team, up there. So,
well, and I'll say what you've been saying all season long. The only way that we lose is if we beat ourselves. And that was a testament
that's what
to
happened.
The Texas game.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So, hey, but I know we got a dub in baseball the other day. Kind of tell us a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, so Friday night we dropped a tough one. We got down early and tried to claw our way back. I think it was like 9-7. We ended up losing to TCU down there in Fort Worth. But I mean, they're a ranked team. They're good. But we picked one up last night. Our man, the Sandman, coming in, throwing the heat last night, got the I don't know if he picked up the win, but the Sooners got the win, 11-7. And then today we're recording this on Sunday. Hopefully we can get that series win down there. That'd be huge, especially on the road for our RPI. Right now we're sitting, as we're recording this, 28-17. We keep going. We got a couple more series. Next weekend will be a big one against West Virginia at home. They're leading, I believe, the Big 12 right now. So that'd be a clutch series there. And then I think we finish. I don't remember who we finished with, but we've got a couple good series here where we can really help solidify that Big 12 tournament placement where we're seated, and then obviously what regional we get into for baseball. But I know it's kind of been an up and down year a little bit, but this team is gritty, and it's been good to see them win a lot of games and improve this year. And I don't think, if we finish well here, we're not going to have to hope that we make a regional. I think that we'll be well into one of those and just kind of playing for seeding. And who knows, we get hot, anything can happen in baseball. We may be talking about in June sitting, in Omaha.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hey, fingers crossed. Right. And like, the biggest thing for me is that when the season's all over with, especially even with this softball team, because we're going to be losing some seniors, we picked stuff up, transport, a recruiting class, whatever. Building off of that improvement is going to be the biggest thing for me is, okay, great. They're doing well this year, but next year, can they build off of this improvement to get, 2-3 years from now to get to Omaha, just keep that solid build of the standard of what they want it to be.
Well, and I think with softball, it's, with where we're at being the most dominant team in the country the last couple of years, even since like 2016, when we went back to back, staying on top of that mountain is hard.
Yeah.
And it makes you appreciate. And we talked about this, off the air a little bit, is it makes you appreciate how good we have it. Like we all are spoiled right now in softball, and we want run rules every game just because of how good we are. And this weekend, our backs were against the wall a couple times, and we responded. And that's what we're going to need going into the postseason. Is, people don't realize just how difficult it is to stay on top of that mountain. And so Patty Gasso, that's why she's the GOAT, hands down. Is she has that ability to recruit players, but not only the talent, but putting the right pieces in place, to sustain, that mountaintop and keep it rolling. So it's special.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we'll see what happens, but like you said, it's hard to stay on that top of that mountain. And it's been amazing that we have stayed on top of it for so long. And even like a testament to football, we haven't won that natty, but we've been on this hill of, I believe we have the most wins, stuff like that, of the last decade. Like, we were the best team of the last decade statistically, or whatever.
Well, we're the only team in college football history to win all 5 BCS games, including the national championship. We have every bowl. And I know a lot of people are like, "Well, it don't matter." Yeah, it does matter, because we're the only team that hold all those trophies that you can go in the Switzer Center and see those things: the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, and the BCS National Championship.
But to say that you can say something that Alabama cannot.
Yep.
Now, granted, whatever. Alabama's made more.
They got natties. I'd rather have
natties, but
I'd trade one of those for a natty.
Yeah. So, but it's the testament of being able to say that, hey, we've made it here. We didn't get to that natty, but when we got to these big games, we capitalized. And that's
I think that's what a lot of the excitement is building for, and it has been since BV got hired, is he brings that championship mindset in, just like Patty Gasso.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, he's an assistant coach. Well, it matters. When you've been in like 8 national championships as an assistant coach, you've won 3 of them.
You know how to get there.
Your staff that you've brought over, via, Todd Bates, Miguel Chavis, Thad Turnipseed, who was at Alabama, Jay Valai, those type of things. You're creating a foundation for building and winning championships, whether it be conference, national championships. And I think we know that we've set that foundation, even with, I'll give some credit to Lincoln Riley and stuff like that for what he was able to do. But our next step, like you just said, we have to get over the hump. We have to win a playoff game and continue that climb. And the only way we're going to do that is to have coaches like that who have been to that mountain, if you will, and beaten some of the best teams. And
I will say this is, you're bringing up Lincoln Riley. There were way too many times that we were told we were too close. And now I feel like we'll be able to get over that hump of being too close with the coaching staff that we have in place. And that's the biggest thing is, great. You can make a playoff game. Awesome. Amazing. That is huge. But when you go into Atlanta and you lose 60 something to 20 something, come on. Like, granted, that was the greatest college football team, arguably, of all time. Granted, but still, the committee gives you that selection. You should be able to make it an okay game. Not a Christian Williams is watching 49-7 at halftime and leaves at halftime, because it was
that was probably one of the only games that I've left at halftime as well.
It's been the only game that I have ever left. I love, that's what I do. I stay to the end of the game and I wait. I sing the school song, whether the band plays it or not. That's what I do. And the LSU game was a testament of hell no, and it just wasn't going to do it. But hey, let's give them this. Let's give them the quick rundown. I do have one thing I want to touch on. Norman, Oklahoma has gotten a lot of weather lately, and it's starting to calm down a little bit. I want to say that they were in tornado watches almost every day last week.
Raining, flooding, all that. And I just want to say a quick to the people of Seminole, Oklahoma. You're in our thoughts and prayers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of damage, devastation down there. Hopefully the community rallies again, like we always have, like Sooner Nation and Oklahomans do, whether we're Pokes, we're Hurricanes, we're Sooners, whatever it is, we're still at the end of the day humans, and people loving people helping people. Whoever has been affected with flooding, tornadoes, stuff like that. I hope we can rally and get them the help they need.
100%. Yeah. And Drew pretty much spoke for the whole team there. Prayers are up for you guys. And, if we do have any listeners from that area, we love you guys. We hope that you are safe, and we hope that you get the help that you need, whatever it is. But back to Norman, Oklahoma. Finals week. So every student is stressed right now. I know my girlfriend is very stressed as well. Finals week is always a crazy week. And tennis is doing really, really well. I know one of the two teams is going to the Sweet 16. You got other teams as well. Gymnastics is kind of just sitting there waiting for another natty to where they can go compete for another one. So football, I'm still messing with workouts. They're going hard, from what all we've been told over here. And again, happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yeah,
but
it's a great day to be a Sooner. Like I say all the time, and you mothers out there, you are the real goats. We talk about all these athletes, everything like that, but moms, you like Christian said in the intro, you hold this world together, and we couldn't do it without you. So
yeah. Hey, and real quick, I made it public on Twitter, but I do want to make an announcement real quick, if everybody is cool with this real quick. It's about my personal life. I don't like to get too personal on these videos or really over Twitter. I kind of stay between myself and the guys know about it, stuff like that. And I tweeted about it. So I wanted to make it public on the podcast. I'm going to be going to school. I took 2 years off to go to work, and decided that that's not what I needed, and that I was given a different calling, and that I wanted an education, and going to be going to OCCC in either July or October. I have a meeting with an advisor on this tomorrow. We're recording this on Sunday, so the advisor meeting that I have is tomorrow on Monday. And I appreciate, I had a couple of people reach out in DMs, and it really touched my heart. I just wanted to make it public that Sooner Nation is really truly a family, and I don't think I realized that until I made that announcement. Like I said, I don't like to be public. I like to keep my personal life pretty under wraps as far as what goes on social media. And I really appreciate I won't name them out, but for those people that did reach out, I appreciate you guys. It touched me in a pretty special way to have people reach out and just care about me and say congratulations. And I really just wanted to make that clear that I appreciate you guys. And like I said, it really, really touched my heart. So that is everything on today's Sooner Summary. We really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and love you guys. That's been everything for the AnythingOU podcast on our Sooner Summary. We really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't really have much I want to end on. So as always, I'm your host, Christian Williams. I got my main man, my co-host, Drew England. Drew, you got anything you want to leave the people with, man?
Hey, as always, man, we thank you so much for your support, for all your follows, your likes, tweets, everything like that. If you haven't already, drop down below, hit that bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we are, I think, one away from 500. Maybe we're over that by the time we post this, but hey, please keep them coming. We thank you so much. And as always, go get your merch, hornsdownshop.com. A lot of good stuff out there. Our t-shirt, everything else we said in the intro. But hey, I'm fired up for another week of Sooner sports. So Boomer.
Sooner.